Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning, boys. So we are in week 14, and for today's topic, we'll be doing inferences. Now, I just need to warn you guys, this topic is a little bit heavy. Okay, it requires a lot of thinking. So I want you guys to take it slow, rewind this video as much as you can, as much as you want until you understand. Okay, so since the nature of this topic is quite heavy, quite difficult, so I will try to incorporate some Malay in my explanation so that you guys can understand more. So as usual, before we start, I want you to grab your notebook or your paper and a pen, and I really recommend you to write notes while you watch this video. Okay? Right, so for today's lesson, I'm going to divide our lesson for today into three. So the first part will be the part where I show you or I explain to you what is inferences and all the other stuff that to make you understand a little bit more. And then number two, I will do some interactive exercise with you so that you will get more understanding so that you can increase your comprehension on the topic. All right. And then in the last part of the lesson, I will show you what you need to do for your homework just so that you can have your independent studies. Okay. Right. So first of all, what are inferences? You may or you may have not heard about this before, but basically, inferences are conclusions that are made from context and evidence. Okay. So basically, when you're making inferences, you're just making conclusions out of the situation. Okay, and the information that you receive from your surrounding. Okay, so the act of making inferences is called inferring. All right, so inferring is a type of critical thinking skill that everyone should possess. Inferring and making inferences is a really important skill for you to have because it will help you in your daily life, basically. Okay, right, so just a short vocabulary for you today. So, inferring means making conclusions out of context. In Malay, you may call it membuat kesimpulan. Okay, you're trying to buat kesimpulan out of apa yang kamu nampak di sekeliling kamu. Okay, so you might be wondering, why is inference so important? Okay, so as I said before, inferring will help you to solve problems and make decisions, okay? Especially in a complex situation, inferring will help you to make your next move, okay? It helps you to make the best decision, all right? So, and then you're probably wondering as well, why is this so important in the English subject? Why are we learning this? Okay, so as I said before, again, inferring is a useful skill, and it's especially very, very useful when you answer your comprehension questions. Sometimes the text or the information in the stories that you read on your exam paper, they aren't told in a direct manner or straight to the point. Most probably, you will need to infer or read between the lines to understand the situation. Okay? So, infer, it means to it means the act of making inferences, just to recap. And read between the line mean it's just an English phrase that means to find meanings that are intended but that are not directly expressed. Okay? So when you answer your comprehension question, sometimes you have to PC the text, right? You have to PC, you have to baca benar-benar the text, and kadang-kadang jawapannya tu nada kana simpan directly on the text, right? Sometimes you have to think, you have to make your own conclusion. Kamu terpaksa membuat sendiri kamu punya kesimpulannya. Mesti kamu pahamkan kenapa cerita ini macam ni, kenapa cerita itu macam itu. Okay? So, that's what inferring means. Okay? You're making conclusions out of the information that was given to you. Okay? I hope this is clear. Okay? Now, so yeah, inferencing will also help you to infer what is happening in a situation. Okay? So, I want you to be careful. Inferring is not the same as predicting. When you predict, you're guessing the future. You're guessing what's gonna happen next. What's gonna happen 5 years until now? What's gonna happen in the next chapter, for example? But when you're inferring, you're guessing the current situation. Okay, you're trying to understand the situation. Apa yang ada di dalam cerita tu? Okay, without the writer telling you directly to you. All right. So, okay, don't worry if you're confused, because now we're going to do an interactive exercise, okay, just to increase your understanding. Right. So, I want you to take a look at this picture. So, there's a lady there, and there's a boy, and I guess they're mother and son, and the mother was wondering, where did my coffee go? So, what can you infer from this picture? So I want you to think for a while. You can pause this video and think for a while. What can you infer from this picture? It's not explicitly told in this picture, so I want you to think why. Think critically why this is happening, this picture is happening, okay? So, what answer did you get? So, you may infer that the son drank the mother's coffee. Okay, how do we know this? What's the evidence? What's the context? What's the information that you have on the picture that tells you that the son drank the mother's coffee? Okay, so the evidence is that the son seems to be acting hyper and having tremors from the caffeine. Okay, yeah, kajar-kajar, and then he seems to be like so hyper from the caffeine, right? So he may have probably drank the coffee, or he really drank the coffee. Okay, not just probably, but he probably did drink the coffee. Okay, so just a quick vocabulary. Tremor is a quick and small movement in our body. So tremor means kajar-kajar, okay, but in a small movement. So you probably have experienced this when you drink coffee, where you get a little bit shaky from the caffeine. Yeah, so that's tremor. All right. So yeah, do you guys get this from this picture? Okay, if not, let's move on. So, okay, now I want you to pause this video again and observe this picture carefully, and tell me, what can you infer from this picture? So, what do you have in mind? So, okay, you may infer that Jack and Lily are sabotaging Adam's presentation by pulling the fire alarm. Or did you get something else? Okay, before we move on, so let's do this one first. So let's say you infer that Jack and Lily are sabotaging Adam's presentation. How do you know this? Because Jack and Lily are Lily is whispering something to Jack while Jack is looking at the fire alarm. So, and they're waiting for the time when Adam presented his presentation. So maybe they want Adam's presentation to be sabotaged and jeopardized. So, okay, so do you understand that? Yeah? Or maybe Jack and Lily are helping Adam to cancel his presentation by pulling the fire alarm. Okay, ataupun Jack sama si Lily ni, dorang menulong si Adam terpulang untuk meng-cancel presentation niya supaya ia na jadi present. Maybe. Okay, so there's scenario 1 and there's scenario 2. But which one is more likely? In my personal opinion, I think the first scenario is more likely. Because why? The information that I have here is Adam looks really confident. Adam looks really happy presenting his presentation. So he doesn't seem to be like he wants to cancel his presentation. Okay? So maybe si Jack and si Delia ni sebenarnya dorang kan merusakkan plan si Adam sebenarnya. Okay? Which is the first scenario. Okay? So that's what inferring is. Okay? You infer based on what you see um, in the context or in the evidence. Okay? Right. So enough with using pictures. Let's infer the situation in these sentences. Mind you that you need your inferring skills when you answer your comprehension question. So it will be most likely something like this. Okay. So yeah, I want you to pause this video again, and I want you to read the paragraph now. Okay. So have you read the paragraph? So, okay, question. So, why was Kyle distraught? Why do you think? So, he was distraught because he found out that he had bad grades. Now, in the information, in the paragraph, there's no information telling you that he had bad grades. But how do you know he got bad grades? Mana ada ka nabagitaw kan di sini yang ia mendapat keputusan yang baik, tapi macam mana kamu tahu yang ia tidak dapat keputusan yang baik? How do you know? Okay, so the evidence is that he balled up his report card and tried to hide it. Ia di apa tu? He balled up his report card and ia cuba untuk menapuk report cardnya tu. So that's already telling you that he had bad grades. Okay, so no information about that here, but you inferred, okay? You inferred that this happened, all right? Okay, so pause this video again and read the paragraph. So question, so what problem is Cassie having? So she woke up late and she is late for school. Now, how do you know that she's waking up late and that she's going to school? How do you know that she's not late for work? So how do you know? So the evidence is that she rushed out of bed and she threw her books in her backpack. Ia menaruh bukunya dalam bag. So that's already telling you that she's going to school. Okay? Not going to work. Alright? So, okay, let's move on to another type of inferring question. Okay? So sometimes in exam, questions ask you to define words. Define words mean kamu artikan perkataan na to. Okay? Bagi arti perkataan. Okay? So this would also require your inferencing skills or your inferring skills. Okay? Right. So let's take a look at the sentence. She took the hammer and hit the nails deep into the wood. So the word nail has multiple meanings, right? So do you think it's referring to nail as in kuku or nail as in paku? Of course, it's paku, right? Because the person used the hammer. There's no information in the sentence that tells you she's referring to kuku. Okay? She's just referring to paku. Right? So that's another way that you can use your inferring skill. Okay? How about this one? The dog's bark kept him all night. So again, there's a typo there. The word bark has multiple meanings. So do you think it's referring to bark as in kayu pokok or pokok kayu or salak anjing? This one. Is it the left one or the right one? So of course it's the salak anjing, right? Because the sentence was referring to the dog. There's no mention of trees or kayu or would anywhere in the sentence, right? Okay, I hope that helps you understand a little bit better. Okay, so summary, to recap, when you make inferences, you are creating conclusions based on the situation and the information given, okay, or evidence. So inferring is not predicting, okay? And while inferring may be tricky, understanding the whole text is good for you. It's extremely important that you understand first the information. Pahamkan dulu ya punya jalan ceritanya. Pahamkan informasi yang kana bagi arah kamu. Okay, only then you can make good inferences. Alright. So as for your homework, in your HPL, there are two inferences exercise. So the first one is titled context clues. And when you answer this, you may use your dictionary, but try to understand based on the sentences, okay? And the second exercise is titled Inference 6th grade. So I want you to submit that next week on Thursday as usual, okay? So that's it for today. Please take your time in understanding the topic. Don't rush it, and good luck. I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next topic. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.